Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been quite a while since I filmed, about a week now. Hopefully YouTube does not punish me too bad. Make sure they don't. Give this video a thumbs up if you do enjoy it. Happy to be back. I have a new lens. I've got a new monitor over here. So our setup has definitely changed since last time I filmed. Super exciting. And I hope you all had a good holiday. And I'm gonna show you guys a New Year's Eve get ready with me, something a little bit more wearable. I thought it would be way more fitting for the end of 2020, better for hanging out at home. So let's get into it. So first for primer, I'm going to use the Lila B Aglow priming oil along with this Rare Beauty illuminating primer. I'm going to go ahead and mix both of these together. This one's super glowy and is oil based. I'm feeling something more moisturizing for a base today, and this has a really pretty pearl through it. I feel like it's a little bit too much on its own, so I have been mixing it lately. So I have about half a pump each, and I'm just gonna mix those up and apply it to my face. As I was saying, I wasn't really feeling the New Year's Eve heaviness this year, so we're gonna go for a more glowy base, hence the primers I just used. Still gonna be sparkly and glittery and fun, but just a nicer, lighter take on it. Also got my hair done yesterday. What do we think? For foundation, I pulled out the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Hydrating Stick in the shade Birch 1.5. Haven't used this in a hot minute, and I thought it'd be nice because it is a more hydrating foundation. So I'm just gonna start by striping this on. And I don't remember if I like this foundation with a sponge or a brush. I'm gonna take a beauty blender and just see how we like it. This is literally my first time ever using Beauty Blender brand beauty blender. It looks a little bit textured like the new Real Techniques one, which I wasn't a huge fan of, but we'll see how I like it. Yeah, no, that does not work with that. Brush is totally the way to go with stick foundation like this. So I feel like that stick foundation doesn't actually have a ton of coverage to it. So to boost that up, I'm going in with the Kosas Revealer. This one's the shade 03. And I'm just popping this where I feel like I want a little bit of a boost and cover that maskne. I just went ahead and blended that out. And now that I feel like my face has my desired amount of coverage, I'm gonna use a new concealer today. This is from Hint Beauty, the Duet Perfecting Concealer. Now I had tried this when I first got into clean beauty, so a long time ago. This is the shade Fair. I honestly don't remember what I thought about this. I think I liked it. I don't know if I liked it for under the eyes. I know it's definitely more emollient. I'm just gonna warm it up with my fingertip here, and I'm just gonna blend this with my finger. I feel like with concealers that are this texture, that's kind of the way to go. It's working pretty well with my sponge too. She is dewy, so I'm not sure how that's gonna work because usually me and dewy concealers do not vibe, so we will see. I'm gonna go ahead and set it with powder and give it a chance, see if it works. For my powder today, I'm gonna use the 100% pure Bamboo Blur powder. This is super mattifying, and I'm pretty sure this is just a silica based powder similar to the RMS one, so it is very, very finely milled. Just using a fluffy brush now to lightly set the rest of my face. Concealer actually set down really nicely. I don't feel like it has the most coverage though. I'm not sure if it was the powder, because sometimes these powders can seem to take away coverage of concealer, but it's okay at the moment. I might add a little bit more coverage though. For all over my face, I'm gonna use the Alima Pure Pressed Satin Foundation. I believe this is not the shade Ginger. I keep forgetting the name of it, but it's just the refill one you could get. I'm just adding this over my face. I still feel like I didn't have enough coverage. Moving on to bronzer, I'm using the Bare Minerals Warmth Pressed Bronzer here. It is pretty matte, pretty sure it is completely matte. Just a big fluffy brush. Bronzer is pretty warm, but I feel like it's workable. For a little bit of contour, I'm grabbing the NYX Sweet Cheeks Matte Taupe Blush, super cool toned, and a little angled brush. I'm just working this on the very back of my cheekbones. You use cream for this as well. Contour away the Christmas cookies too. I have another new product from Hint Beauty to try. It's their Alto Radiant Powder Blush. This is the shade Passion Pink, which is very pretty. It has a slight gold reflect to it. And this is a loose blush, so you have to be very careful with it. I'm going to use my favorite Flower Beauty brush with it. All right, that was actually a really pretty shade. I like how it has a little bit of shimmer to it. Doesn't look super powdery either. For highlight, I feel like we really need some dew to the face because I used a lot of powder products. So I grabbed the Westman Atelier Highlight Stick. Is that the shade or the name? It's a highlighting stick, It has a really pretty, it's pretty sheer, honestly. I don't know if you can even see. It's like a purpley blue reflect. That's the blush, by the way, next to it. For this, I'm using my fingers because it's super emollient. I wanted to pick this out as well because the look we're doing on the eyes is like purple, blue, translucent type of vibe. So I thought it would just go perfectly. To set everything and add a glow, I'm gonna use the Pixi Glow Mist. And while that's setting, I'm going to do my brows with my NYX Micro Brow and Taupe, and I'll be back and we'll move on to our eyeshadow. So for our eye look today, I'm actually gonna start really simply in neutrally. So I'm going to use like my everyday palette. I actually broke a couple of these. You guys might have seen it in my everyday makeup video. So I've rearranged it, add some new colors in here, very warm browns. So I'm going to take this one from Makeup Geek, which is just like a mustardy type of muted brown, and this is going to be my transition shade. Since we are using some like cooler tones, I actually really love using a super warm transition shade. I feel like it just makes it a little bit more wearable. I'm going to build that exact same shade up again in my crease, this time with a small tapered brush. This one is from Luxie. I'm just focusing this in the outer V and then blending it in just to intensify the shade. Now that that's done, I put it on my lower lash line as well, just that same shade. Onto the fun stuff, I have a couple pressed pigments that I'm going to use today. First one is a Bodyography glitter pigment in the shade Soiree. So I'm pretty sure I used this shade last year for New Year's Eve, maybe? I can't remember, but it really screams like New Year's to me. It's this like blue gray steel base and it's just so pigmented and pretty. I'm gonna use my finger for this. And with this shade, I'm tapping it lightly on the outer portion of my eye. So pretty. So I kind of just focused on pressing the pigment onto my lid, not blending so much, but now I'm taking a blending brush and very lightly blending the edges. You don't want to blend these too much because you kind of lose the intensity of them. Just enough so it looks seamless. Next, I'm using another Bodyography glitter pigment. This one is from their new collection though. These have more of like a translucent base, so not a lot of like pigment in their base, but they do have like a cool shift to them. This one is the shade Blue Morpho. There's this shade on my hand. It's very translucent, not nearly as pigmented as the original formula, but they're sort of just meant to be like a topper. So I'm taking that shade, using my finger again, and putting that in the inner portion of my eye. As you can tell, this one has definitely more of like a bright bluish purple. It's like periwinkle. Super pretty and super simple. All I'm doing is blending that into the other shade we laid down. I'm picking up quite a lot of pigment just to build it up. Now that we have our lid laid down, the last pressed pigment product I'm going to use is the ColourPop. What just happened? Oh, I guess I gotta be careful with this. This is one of their Super Shock shadows in Ice Cream, which is freaking gorgeous. It has a white base and more of like a purple shift to it. If you haven't used these, they're very creamy, but they actually have like amazing longevity. Super cool formula. This is my first time trying these. I actually got this for Christmas. So these usually work best with your fingers, but because I'm doing something more precise today, picking up a little pencil brush. And this is going to go on the inner corner right here, blended into the Bodyography shade. Might be a little bit hard to tell, but I just ran this on my inner corner and then sort of swooped it into the other two shades. If you guys watch Ali Glan, she does this sort of like shimmer on the inner corner, but like not here. It's like this swoop. If you guys watch her, you know what I'm talking about. If not, it's sort of the inner corner, but brought more into the eye socket. And then I'm just going to grab a matte white shade. This is a Lime Crime palette. It's the Venus Immortalis, very cool toned. I'm just using the white in here for my actual inner corners. Next, for eyeliner to go along with our blue icy theme today, I'm going to use the Juvia's Place The Magic Mini palette, and I'm going to use this super pigmented deep blue down here, which is called Ife. And using an angled brush and that shade I just showed you guys, I'm going to do a shadow wing. You could use a liquid liner if you have a blue one. I feel like it's just gonna blend a little bit better because it's shadow. I always start right on my lash line if I'm using a powdered eyeshadow or eyeliner. When I'm doing liquid, I do that as well. There we have it, our cute cute little blue wing liner. I just used a flat brush and cleaned it up a little bit. For our waterline, I'm going to use the NYX Epic Wear liner stick. I've been loving this. I mentioned it in my recent favorites, I believe. The shade Gold Plated, super pretty. One of the only liners I found that actually lasts on my waterline. I'm going to use this to sort of tie in the like mustardy shade we have in our crease. So that's pretty much it for the eyeshadow. I was going to use the PYT glitter gel in the gold shade, but I don't know where it would kind of fit in with this look. But these are really nice glitter gels, like one of my favorite glitter products. They don't have fallout, and that one's super pretty. So for mascara, I'm going to curl my lashes and do the Ilia Limitless lash on my top lashes. For the bottom lashes, I'm trying out this new CoverGirl Lash Blast Clean. I wasn't super impressed with how it looked like just dramatic wise on my top lashes, but it works well on the bottom lashes and doesn't smudge. It has like the classic lash blast wand, if you guys have ever used this. So really nice and like spiky, but I will do that, and I think we might do like a little bit of a false lash. I'll see you guys then. There's the lashes complete. For lip liner, I'm going to use the Victoria Beckham. This is the O2 lip liner, which a good dupe is the NYX, the Suede matte lip liner in Sandstorm. I showed you this in my everyday makeup video. They're very similar if you're interested in this shade, but yeah, la 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 la. I'm gonna apply this. That's what that meant in sing song. And I think I'm going to use the Clove & Hollow LJ Lip Velvet. Hopefully this looks good. My lips are a little crusty right now. I don't know about this. I feel like I want something a little bit more cool toned. I'm gonna go in with Bite Beauty Kava. I think that definitely looks way better. To top it off with the Bite Beauty Guava Puff Lip Gloss. Well, here we have our look. I was gonna do lashes, but I honestly don't feel like it, so I'm just sticking with mascara. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Pretty simple, but still festive for the holidays. I'd love to hear in the comments below, what are your plans for New Year's Eve? Here's a fun question. Do you guys think I have an accent? And if so, what kind? Let me know below. I feel like that'd be such a fun little comment thread. But this is our finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. If you did, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up so I know you enjoyed it and YouTube does not punish me for being gone for a week. Please don't forget to subscribe as well if you're not already. I would love to have you. But thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. See y'all in 2021. I'm out.